Welcome back to Beers and Breakevens, heading into round 26. Only 2 more rounds to go of SuperCoach before we get into the finals run. Cannot wait to get stuck into that in a few weeks' time. But Timbo, welcoming you in. Lesser the big hat, which is a bit disappointing.
Yes, given the neck a bit of a break this week. It was on for a long time last week.
It was.
Really relishing that. Look, the hat might come back next week or the week following, when we're officially triumphant. And I gave you the smallest of windows on the weekend, mate, didn't I?
We'll get to it, yeah, because I had a little sniff. So where are you hiding the dick on your forehead now? Because you had it under the hat last week.
What? What's that?
I'm saying he's a dickhead, Matthew.
I know, I'm laughing.
He didn't get it. He's not with me. Speaking of non-cat, how are you, mate?
I'm good. Third time I've been in here this year.
Yes, I know. Huge.
Cat's in Bali, right?
Yes.
I wish
Yes, usually in Bali, yeah.
I wish I was in Bali.
Spends a lot of time in Bali, Capmando.
I wish I was in Bali.
Now, Kat, shout out to her. She broke into the top 30,000 for the first time this week.
Did she?
And she's not here
Wow.
to brag about it.
Do you know how she scored? Ish?
No.
Okay.
No-ish. No, I don't remember. I don't recall. I can find out for
Good
you.
though.
Now, Timmy gave me a little sniff over the weekend. I am behind by about 1,000, and I want to share with you all a little yarn from my weekend. Not a good SuperCoach weekend for me. Draft season finished.
I'll contextualise it for people as well.
Yep.
Because there was a chat 2 weeks ago when you got up me because you're like, oh, I'm not going to catch. Like, there's nothing physically possible to. And I said, what if you have a captain that gets like 200 odd? My captain comes out and stinks it up and scores like 20 or something. Look, it wasn't quite that. But you did have Tom Trebojevic, VC. Not only did he get 180, but I don't own him. So it was the double banger. Then my captain, Teddy, came out and got 40. And just for a fluttering moment there, there's a little window emerged, didn't there?
There was, and then, like I said to you, I had to make other moves, and they shit the bed on me. I needed everything to go my way, and I'll be honest with you, I fully threw my ring in the hat on my hat in the ring on the weekend. I had the VC on turbo. I also had Lehigh, who went enormous. I knew you didn't have those boys, and I went, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to go all out. I traded in Taylor May. I then looked at Tim's team. He had Taylor May, and I thought, okay, I'm going to go someone else. I'm going to go Phil Sami. So that's where I lost 100 points. I also had Payne Haas traded in. I went, you know what? Payne Haas, everyone's got him. Tim's got him. I'm going to go a little bit different. By the time I had to make that decision, the only dude left essentially was Jack Williams. And I thought, that'd be funny. The kid from Cooma fucks Timmy over. That'd be great. I'm going to go against Payne Haas. Payne Haas scores a try. Hot tip. Phil Sami didn't. Taylor May scored 2. The other thing I did was look around the room and go, you know what? Everyone's got Tino. Titans, they'll probably get flogged. Fuck it. I'm going to sit Tino as well. 4-pointer. My captains scored 360. Tim scored 80. I won by 40. What in the fucking fuck happened? Oh, but you had Walker. No, I didn't. Oh, but you had Dewey. No, I didn't. You had Harry Grant. No, I fucking didn't.
Yeah, there was an
What the fuck?
I looked at you sent me a message said I've got a very good bedsheet story for Beers and Breakevens on Wednesday. You sent me this on like Sunday evening or something, and I went to your team to look at it, and I'm like, did you double boost this week or something? I'm like, where'd Lehigh come from? Where'd Jack Williams come from? Where did all these different blokes come from? I didn't even know you had them hiding in there.
Yeah, it was tough going. So I used 2 trades last week. I tried to really gain a big advantage. And look, compared to some of you out there with your Sam Walkers, your fucking Deweys of the world, it didn't turn out terribly for me, but fuck, it could have been better.
Guru, and this would be pretty fun actually, if I was playing Guru Bingo, so you're like 9 best sayings I tick off every Monday show, Outthinking the Room would be on there somewhere.
That's one of my favourites.
And that's what you've done on the weekend.
Yes, without a doubt. Yeah. If someone can make a Guru Bingo, I'm very interested to see your top 9 too, by the way.
I reckon the middle square could almost be rubbing 2 brain cells together.
That'd be up there. I think the middle could be anything.
No, it's
I think
too
it has
easy.
to be.
That'd be gone
Too
within
easy?
3 seconds of the show.
Okay, fair. Leave below your Rubingo sayings.
Timmy, what are you doing this week?
Well, I'm not going to ask you now. So what are you doing?
Mate,
Oh, you're saying that's a Roo bingo.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't get that. That's very good, actually. Credit to that. You lost me there. That was very good.
Thought you were giving me nothing.
Yeah, I didn't get it at the start. I was like, we're at the start of the
That's
show.
all right, we got there.
Now, while you're watching this award-winning show, Lontel major sponsors season 2025, doing fantastic things. There's still a few of you out there that have signed up and haven't connected at home. Make sure you do. We're lucky enough to have the Water Boy in here once again, and mate, it has changed your life. You can do our job for us for a second.
Yeah, this internet has changed my life in more ways than you can imagine. I will say one thing though, and lucky we do have this internet because Timmy sent me a run sheet from last week, and because we have such good internet, I'm sure he can quickly scramble and send me the correct one.
No, actually, I'm going to double down on that.
Okay.
I sent you the right one, but Guru's been too busy to update it, so it looks like it's from last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will take responsibility for that.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to write down in my notes when we say stuff.
I think that works out very, very well.
Great.
Lontel,
Oh, amazing.
change your life.
Like, I've got it at home now. So
You do? Yeah, right.
Yeah. So my first experience was up here, that so much that I'd leave Bloke Studios, come up here, I'd use it all the time. It's like mind-blowing how fast it is. So much so that I had to get it at home, and now I've changed my life, I've changed Courtney's life, I've changed my housemate Tori's life. It's phenomenal. It's so quick. I'm not talking smack. It is the fastest internet. It has to be the fastest internet in the country.
Fastest internet Matty's had.
Fastest internet that I've had.
You're correct.
Yeah.
Even so much so, Courtney's got respect for him now.
Yeah, which I thought was impossible.
We're moving the needle unbelievably. And if you're a gamer out there, I had a little chat to Andrew earlier. I would highly advise getting on the Lontel train.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You a gamer?
No, I'm not really.
Were you a gamer?
Not a PC gamer. No, I was a Crash Bandicoot.
That's gaming.
Rugby League 2.
I would Rugby League too. I'd dabble in a bit of Tony Hawk skating. Yeah, but I think gamers out there would get offended if I said I'm a gamer because I played Crash Bandicoot 1.
Kempy wouldn't speak to you ever again if
Yeah,
you
the
told
king of
you
the
you're a gamer.
neckbeards wouldn't be happy. Yeah. He'd be filthy on that. But Lontel, links down in the description. Go and check him out, doing fantastic things. Let's go through our scores from the weekend. I scored 14. That's last week. I scored 1,466. Geez, that internet loaded fast. 1,466, which is about 300 short of what I should have scored. What did you score, Timber?
Scored 1,410.
Fuck me.
Yeah, just the one trade in. Got Taylor May in, which worked out well. Early double. It was a weird week. My boys lit up. They all delivered, except my captain, Teddy. And then everyone seemed to just, not everyone, but a lot of people seemed to have one of, whether it was Lehigh or Turbo or Walsh. I didn't have the big boy. Taylor May was getting there, to be fair, on the Sunday. But I just missed the big one that everyone seemed to have one of. So not complaining, 1,410. Captain stunk it up. But yeah, a few green arrows, and I'm pretty well 1,000th on the dot.
Yeah, what are you like? You're like
1,011th.
Yeah, wow, that's mad. I'm 10,143. My rank went up 2,000 spots. So looking to have a big finish to the back end of the season. By the way, you must be getting very close to chasing down Spy and Maximus Brighteth.
Very, very close. And
Max must be rattled as shit, just quietly.
Maxi, I haven't spoken to him since TLT dropped today. But
probably no one has.
I know I haven't looked at the different streams, but I pulled up about 200 on him on the weekend. I think he's sitting with about 15 or 16 players this week. With a very nervous Kane Bradley owner as well, with a few certain wingers on the Storm extended bench. And the Stallions are sitting there pretty with a few decent numbers this week and a few trades in the bank. So looking all right, Roo.
I think you're going to pound both of them. Matthew, how'd you go, mate?
I got 1,472. Actually, funny. We were, and I'm 12,000 now. I was watching the game down in Victoria, and I had my captain on drink order, so I was watching that. And obviously I brought in Taylor May, so I was watching him very closely. And I was watching my scores on the game day in like the head-to-head bit, and I saw that Cobham players team A. So I'm looking, and he scored 2 tries. He scored 1 try, and he was on 20. And then he scored 2 tries, and he was on like 26, and I'm like looking at this blowing up. I'm like, this is outrageous. He scored 2 tries. What else could? And then I realized I was looking at Terrell May because it says it only says T May.
May.
I
Yes.
can't believe it took you so long to put 2 and 2 together with that.
Oh well, sorry, Timmy. I was watching the footy with my in-laws. I was just slowly looking at it, going, "Where's T May?" But yeah,
You'd have been about 13 glasses of beautiful, full-bodied Italian wine down, and that's
Correct.
what would have been going on.
correct.
me if
Yeah,
I'm
but then
wrong.
I scrolled down and he was on 80, and I was like, "Oh, beautiful." Unfortunately, at that point, Drinkwater was only on 29, but it only took him 15 minutes to go back to get up to 100.
When did you come home? Sunday night or Monday morning?
I had a 9 p.m. flight on Sunday, but I was in South Australia on the weekend. So I was in South Australia, but then I got a flight home from Melbourne. So like I've been driving through regional Victoria. I was in 3 states over the weekend.
That's a nudge.
Yeah, it was fun.
That explains the shit chat on Monday.
Monday was a fucking funny show, by the way.
Yeah.
Monday was fun.
There was some moments.
Matty's chat was actually good. I just had to get him back for before.
To be fair, I actually didn't say anything. I was just laughing at Hammy the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, absolute blinder. A couple of Dally M points the way of Miso. Now, Kathmandu, she went up I take it back. I was looking at her total points, not her ranking. She's at 35,000. She went down. Sorry, Kat.
Went down.
Yeah, 1,260. She's certainly earning that title of rookie.
Yeah.
I'll say it when she's not here. 'Cause she can't scratch me.
Matty's shedding the title. He's coming good.
He is coming good.
Actually, you were
Actually,
catching
you were
Roo.
higher than this earlier in the year. Haven't you dropped a bit?
Yeah, so I did. My highest was like 5,000 rank, but I eventually dropped to about 18,000, and I've been climbing back ever since. So
What are
my
you now, Matty?
12,000. 12,342.
You could catch Roo.
What's your total points?
Roo doesn't have you by many.
My total points. Hold on.
Oh, this should be historic.
Yeah, I got a lot of numbers. I'm feeling okay. My total score is 30,974.
So you're ahead of me by 130 points.
Easy.
Guess who else has big numbers this week? A certain Waterboy.
Yeah, I got 21. Somehow I got 21 people this week.
Do you really?
Although one of those is Royce Hunt, so I got 20.
Okay, you got 20 people, my friend.
Matty's going to beat you.
No, he's fucking not.
My actual goal is, I didn't think this would be my goal in round 5, but my actual goal is to be in the top 10,000.
Ahead of Guru.
8.
Yes, ahead of Guru. The joy on Timmy's face, man. Look at it.
I got a squad of 21 too. We're flying.
Yeah,
My
nice.
worst player is probably fucking Jack Williams. Shout out to last week's shithouse trade. I'll be okay. I'll hold him out. Teamless Tuesday.
Yep.
Now, TLT this week, as Timmy pointed out before, I had a bit of a hectic afternoon. So we're going to go through the games one by one. We've got Bulldogs and Panthers for the Canterbury Bulldogs. The big SuperCoach news there. Obviously, Kikau out of that one. You're an owner, Timbo.
Yeah, it's one of them ones, right, where prior to the mass Penrith restings, I've been like, oh, you know what, tough matchup, not the end of the world. But now you look at what William Kikau could have done to the edge of Brad Schneider and Zach Lipowicz, and I'm like, oh, that's a blow. And you know, he's not rested either. It's a leg infection or something.
Mate, without getting all NRL Physio on everyone, the infections this year have been outrageous. Have a shower, boys. What's doing?
What he's doing?
Physio's been blowing up about it the last few. I'll tell you what's been a revelation in my life. 2 things involving Physio. Obviously joining the show, getting his weekly analysis, but that broadcast channel is a rugby league must, that thing.
I sent my first DM to Physio today because I wanted to know if I should be wanting Cam Murray to play in round 27 or not.
You sent your first ever DM to Physio?
Yeah, because I don't want to bother him because
I bother him all the time.
Yeah,
Relentlessly.
Yeah, I know you do. But this is the
He
first.
would wish his kids cared about him as much as I do.
But yeah, I was having an argument with heaps of people today about if Cam Murray should return around 27. I needed to get clarification on if I was right, and I wasn't. So
What did he say?
he said they'd be mad to play him,
Yeah, okay, right. Yeah.
which is exactly what a physio should say, to be honest.
Yes, yeah. No, I reckon I was messaging him at absolute minimum once a fortnight with the same thing, any update on
Kenny.
Kenny all year. All year, there was never any update. Fucking never. I would have been better off texting Des Hasler. That's how much information we were getting. It was fucked.
Wow.
Yeah, grim. For the Penrith Panthers, they got a couple of changes. Shout out to their Jersey Flegg team, who fuck knows who's playing for them this weekend. It's pretty much the New South Wales Cup team has come up to first grade. The Flegg team's gone to Cup, and Christ knows what
They've got 4 debutants.
I'm surprised they don't have more. Genuinely, it's crazy. And shout out to me, one of the shittest calls ever when they signed Asu Kapoa. I love the guy. He can't even get a bait in this team, which is unbelievable. He's on the extended.
Wow.
Wild.
Who did you notice, Timmy? You and Spy noticed that didn't get in the starting team?
Prod Sonny Luke still can't get a start.
Still doesn't get a bait.
He was one of your CBAs as well.
He was the CBA. That Luke Summerton is damn good. Look, honestly, go read the Panthers team list yourself. Good to see Paul Alamonte in first grade after almost winning a Clive Churchill medal.
How do you reckon Brad Schneider feels? He's the only player that didn't get rested.
Yeah, poor old Bradley. Brad's 7 up. All right. Panthers, go and have a look. None of it really impacts Supercoach. Really, is there anything you want to touch on there, Timbo?
No, Doggies have become awesome targets this week for head-to-head grand finals. And Jacob Kiraz's captaincy is just going to go through the roof, I think, VC.
Yeah, very fair. Wars Eels, there is not a single change to either of these sides, I believe. I think they're both 1-17 from last week. There was a couple of worries around Zach Lomax heading into last week's game, but he suited up. Didn't do much, but he suited up. Anything you want to touch on this game, mate?
No, he was crook in the belly, wasn't he?
I don't know what he was.
I think he was a bit sick.
Sure. Melbourne Storm,
Do you
Roosters.
still have Charlie Geimer?
Do I still have Charlie? No, I think he was part of the Payne Haas, Jack Williams debacle over the weekend. Why?
No, I'm just wondering.
If I had Charlie Geimer, I'd play him over Connor Watson, though. Speaking of, Roosters, Melbourne Storm, Amy Park, Friday night. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Now, the Melbourne Storm have joined the resting party. Eli Katoa, Josh King, Nick Meaney, Tui Kamakamitha, and Xavier Coates. We've obviously got Harry Grant, who is out as well. Shout out to those of you that went with the Harry Grant and Nuff hooker option. Yeah, as far as guys coming in, obviously Pappy's still featuring. Sean Blaw's back in the side. Not a heap of Supercoach relevant stuff outside of Eli Katoa missing there, mate.
Well, that's where you got to read. I know you had a busy arvo, mate. That's where you got to read between the lines for the people playing their grand finals this week. Kane Bradley.
I'm not a head-to-head guy. You know that. This is where you need to step up. I don't think like that.
Well, I'm not either, but here we are. Weird amount of Kane Bradley owners out there. And in a week where people can't field a 17 or an 18, having a starting player in a good team is big.
Yeah.
So the naming of him on the wing, good. The naming of Sua Fatalongo and Will Warbrick on the bench, reserves, bad. So I would suspect that, especially after Warbrick played Q Cup on the weekend, that they've also got Tui Malado Brown on the wing, so maybe he's a chance. But yeah, writing might be on the wall. Can Munster play this? Because they're resting a lot of players. They've got Brisbane next week, where I'm thinking maybe Jerome Hughes is back and they want to have, a full team run before week 1 of finals. I think Munster plays. It seems weird to me to rest the other boys and not rest Munster. I get Pappy because he's been a bit underdone. What do you reckon?
Well, I sort of had in my mind that they'd rest a few dudes next week too, that they're going to split it over 2 weeks. Was no one else thinking that?
Well, I thought they'd all rest next week. I don't know why they're resting this week, because next week they have to fly all the way to Brisbane. I would have thought they'd just keep their players in Melbourne.
Well, they did the same thing last year, didn't they? Didn't they rest in around 26 last year? Or am I
think around 26 rings a bell, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they did. I'm pretty confident they did. I assume that you would see like Munster, Leroux, maybe like Stefano get a break next week. Now the guys that come back in. I assumed it was just like a staggering over 2 weeks.
What do you aside from obviously trying to still be competitive and win both games, they're locked into the top 2. What do you achieve out of staggering the restings? Like, I would have thought they'd want especially if Jerome Hughes is back next week, and maybe he's not, I don't know, but I thought they'd want a full team hit out before week 1 of finals rather than staggering it all.
Mate, I wonder if Penrith have maybe changed things a little bit this afternoon. Like, I think you quite often see teams sort of like stagger guys. They still
Penrith staggered last year over. Granted, they're in a way better position to do so, but they did it over like 5-6 weeks.
And like, I wonder if it's just like a thing out of a bit of respect for the audience that you still put some players out. We'll still put on a good show. I love that Penrith's just gone, no, fuck it. There's more important
I
things
like
on.
that way better. Just cop the one out. It's
but
like
no one's done it before. It's the first one we've ever seen it, right? Where you rest the entire squad
To this extent.
And I think it should be more common. I hate it, but the NRL wants to make the comp 27 weeks long and give you
That's what you're
fucking
gonna get.
buys sporadically at weird times. Origins, internationals.
Yeah.
Trying to win comps this is what you got to do.
I like it from Ivan Cleary.
Yeah, I'm keen to see what Melbourne do next week, but I reckon a few more will get a spell next week. Obviously for the Chooks, Daniel Tupu back in. Sandon Smith jumps into the 5'8" role. Hugo Savala moves to halfback to replace the HIA'd Sammy Walker. Outside of that, nothing else with the Roosters, mate, or you got something?
Not really. I'm a Sandon Smith owner and he gives me a hooker this week. So that's handy.
It's huge.
It is huge. I was pretty happy to go Grant to Blake Brayley anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll get to trades later and we'll have a little bit of a discussion. But
Yes.
just work out. I've got a few things that will excite you.
Okay.
That I tend to have never ever done before.
Ooh, showing a bit of tick of the kid.
Maybe.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath. Raiders Tigers 3 p.m. Nations capital. Xavier Savage obviously out of this game. Hot spicy tamale comes back in straight onto the sting. I had a little moment today when I saw that Savage was out for the season. I went, oh, fuck that shit. And then I just had this moment where I thought, fuck, if Ricky wins a comp this year, he's going to do it with his son.
Oh, how good would that be?
How cool is that?
It's so cool.
That's unbelievable. Like you could end up with, I would like, and I know we had it a few years ago with the Brisbane Panthers grand final, but if you end up with the Panthers Raiders grand final, you'll have father and a son on either side, which we've had a weird amount of times in the last few years between Brad
true.
Arthur and Jake Arthur, Billy Walters, Kevin Walters. If we have Ricky and Jed, I'd love that.
Yeah, shit. I wish you didn't say that. You've already got me thinking way ahead to just like the iconic that the boys embrace as the rain's coming down on.
Oh, yeah.
On ANZ Stadium.
yeah.
What have you done to me, Roo?
Yeah.
It's all
good
downhill from
gear.
here.
I love it. All right. Tigers. Obviously, Adam Dewey's out. Safino, he jumps into the 7 role, brings old Heath Mason. Shout out to Tom Birmingham onto the bench. Worth noting as well, Makasini, he's finally been named in a side. A lot of smoke around that he'll make his debut before the end of the year. He's finally been named. GPS season over. I hope that we see him towards the back end. From a selfish Supercoach point of view, just give him one game and call it a day, though.
Yeah, don't.
Because you're fucking up a few for
Don't
us.
screw
We'll
him
get to
for us.
Hullungahu soon, but I'm not happy about it.
Did either of you see? I saw the P's and D's like blowing up out and taking the piss, but apparently was it Sebo and Tobler or something trying to teach Burmo how to VC loop or something the other day?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was in,
maybe.
I don't know if you heard the episode. They have like this Supercoach segment.
Yeah.
I think it was last Monday. And Tom trying to get his head around the VC loop was hilarious.
He rang me 2 Friday nights ago and got me to show him on the phone.
Yeah, so it was probably just before that then. Honestly,
He's
it was.
fucking useless.
I think they literally mentioned one of you by name saying if they were listening to this, they would be pulling their teeth out.
But like he's calling you at round 24 to work out a VC loop. Well, I'm just going to throw a spanner and just assume that his season's not going well.
No.
And he calls you round 24.
And it was like Friday night, like I was watching the first game on Friday night. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I was away on holiday with Beck's family. I'm like, oh, I'm away. He's like, oh, I won't take up much of your time. We spoke for like 15 minutes about his trades. He's like, should I trade this dude out? I'm like, why do you have Chanel Harris Tavita? Why? Like, this the most bizarre fucking players. And I'm like, how did that happen?
And what has happened that you can now?
Yeah.
I also love oh good, I won't take much time. How do you VC loop?
Fucking
Anyway.
insane. Anything else with the Tigs there, mate?
No.
Staffatoa back in the side there. Wouldn't be surprised if he's a late scratching and we potentially get the debutant. Dragons, Seagulls. Obviously for the Dragons, their forwards back in here. Some of the guys in the pack there for the Manly Seagulls. No major changes to that side. Anything in that game you want to touch on, mate?
No.
There's really nothing doing there, is there?
I mean, just,
The one thing is Hullungahu there, his value is going to be completely fucked for next season, which I'm not
But the
happy
only
about.
thing is of sort of relevance is just looking at a potential good matchup in what Manly did last week and what the Dragons did. And you go, like, Turbo as a target, Kolar, Lehigh, Pawade. Just Dragons welcoming back a lot of their middles. So,
Now, any of you sick puppies, and I know there's a couple of you out there that do it a little bit offline that are in a dynasty draft, get some Hullungahu about you.
didn't you just do it? You just did a dynasty, didn't you?
For NFL, not for NRL. But I know there's a few of you sick puppies out there that have showed me your dynasty teams. They have to do it on paper and fucking keep track of contracts and all that shit. Get Hollangahu. Cowboys, Broncos. Queensland Derby up there. For the Cowboys, nothing major here that I have assessed. For the Broncos, Adam Reynolds on the extended bench. Looking forward to seeing how he comes back into the side. Piakura also on the bench there. Anything from that game, Tim?
The only one is just if Reynolds does come in, obviously coming back from a hamstring injury, but just the goal kick into Reece Walsh impacts his credentials a fair bit.
Yeah. I wonder what they'll do there.
But if it's a hamstring
Surely
issue,
Reynolds won't kick.
with a hammy injury, you'd imagine probably not. Walsh has not been. Oh, in saying that, he missed 2 last week, but they hit the post. He hit the post 3 times. So, yeah, anyway.
Sharkies Knights, they are the 2 p.m. game on Sunday. Big in for the Sharkies. Kale Ito, which also means Talakai moves back to the bench, which is huge for them as well. That bench finally starting to look like it's got a bit of punch in it just quietly. Hazelden, Talakai, Hamlin-Malay. And Jesse Colquhoun's going to be an interesting one as well. He jumps into the lock forward role. Obviously, we're going to see the Sharkies without Cam McInnes there. For the Newcastle Knights, Greg Marzhew, he returns. He's on the extender bench. You would assume, if available, he'll come in. Either Fletcher Hunt or James Schiller will drop out of the side there. Anything you want to touch on from that game, Timbo?
Just that didn't sort of strike me when I first saw it, but Talakai's owned by 8% of the top 1%.
Interesting.
That's quite a bit.
I've got Talakai.
Yeah.
I don't think I've played him once though.
Yeah, right.
I got him when he was playing centre.
Centre.
Yeah.
I think he was like he would have been like 300k.
Yeah, he was. He was
Well, he's got a
nothing.
5-round average of. I wanted to get him, but there was just uncertainty as to whether or not he was going to stay there. And then I think maybe Harodi or someone got injured anyway, but he's got a 5-round average of 55. He's going pretty well.
What's
But
his price in your team, just out of interest? Because I
475.
Okay. Has it been a train wreck?
Not at all.
Late game, Dolphins, Titans. As far as the Dolphins go, Cody Nikorima's back in. You got Finay Fuiaki that's dropped out, as has Max Fangai. Not a heap more to touch on with the Finn. For the Titans, they've essentially named the same side. Just interesting to see a couple of guys on the extended bench for the first time. Carter Gordon, we might get our first look at him towards the back end. And this Cooper Bye, very talented player, Marcus Byes, young bloke. Anything else in that game you want to touch on?
Don't fix what ain't broken, mate. Titans humming along, playing some good footy. You just keep that same 17.
What a prick. What a fucking prick. Raiders have one decent year
What?
and you're just sticking the fork into them.
Well, is their head coach going to come and hunt me down?
Be better, mate. Be better. Team list, is that us done?
Circling back to it, though, I'd love to see Carter Gordon have a run.
I said it the other day on Bloke. I was up there on the Gold Coast the other day and he was standing about 5 minutes away from me. Big bit of gear.
Sounds very versatile, like centre, 5'8", fullback. If he's because he obviously had those health issues earlier on in the year, I would love to see him get a crack.
Well, I'll give you a little tip. When we were at Magic Round this year, we had a little chat with Tino and he actually said that he reckons Carter could be a very good halfback. And then I noticed, I think he played 7 on the weekend in Q Cup. So that could be an interesting little spot to watch for them heading into next season, Carter Gordon, because I think there's definitely something there. I'm obviously when people are going to compare him to Mark and the freaky shit he's done. I don't know if he's going to be on that level, but I think there's going to be something there for him. I think there's something there. Okay, now we have got.
Sorry, he did play halfback. I just checked.
He played halfback on the weekend?
Yeah.
I thought so. We've got, obviously, Blue Wealth Property guys. They have got their discovery calls up and running. What's the discovery call all about, Timbo?
This industry, mate, and for people trying to get into the housing market, it's all about education. And if I were to go and try and buy a house right now, if I was on sort of Roo money and I could afford to do it, I'd be like, where do I
It's
start?
all rumours. Don't buy into it.
Nice.
I'd be like, where do I start with this? I would have no idea. So basically, people think, oh, you got to take this big step and call and get involved and get your finances out and get your bank accounts out. Just make the call and ask questions and get them to sort of educate you with the discovery call and find out where you do sit with your financial position, your job, all that sort of stuff. And they might say, cool, buy a house now. Or they might say, 5 years' time, this is the path to get there. Just learn.
Yeah, start a new podcast maybe.
Yeah.
Something along those
That'll do
lines.
the job.
So you can reach out. The link's down below in the description. Or if it's easier for you guys, you can just directly send them an email, beers@bluewealth.com.au. Get in contact with the team over there. Tony and Mort's doing great things. What about the, did you see the lounge room footage in the chat the other day?
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
He's got Tony's got in his lounge room like security cameras. And whenever there's a big sporting moment, he sends us the highlights
love
from
that.
and obviously they're all in their Bulldogs jersey waiting for the Bulldogs game to start, and they're watching the back end of Raiders Panthers, and they just fucking erupt. Sensational.
I love what a great idea that is.
Yeah,
That's
it's fully in
cool,
black
eh?
and white. It's like grainy enough that you can tell who's who if you know. It's
Yeah.
perfect. It's
Yeah.
fucking
Bit of-
unreal.
Yeah.
If I set that up in my house, I'd have to make sure there's no audio.
Yeah, there'd be some weird visuals coming out of your place too, I think, just quietly, mate.
By the way, Carter Gordon at halfback, a try and 2 try assists.
Ooh, how good. I like
He was
that.
good in preseason. Really good.
Yeah. So, yeah, big watch there. And I know that Tino rates him very highly as well. All right. Now, usually at this time of the show, we go through and find out the weekly winner of Beers and Breakevens. As you guys have probably noticed throughout the year, for whatever reason, me and Tim can't actually see the comp. So we rely on Kat to do that. This won't shock any of you, but me and Tim didn't think more than 4 seconds ahead to get that off Kat before she went. Matty also can't see it. So I've asked Kat, I've texted her all the way in Bali. I know she's probably out having a great time on a dance floor right now, but she will stop immediately and take a screenshot of this week's winner, and we'll get you sorted next week.
I would also say that Kat didn't have the foresight to organise this
That's very true.
as the overlord of the show, and she's let us down. She's not even here.
Yeah, once again, consider that an official warning.
Yeah.
You know who wouldn't do this to us? Matty, if he
Matty
was
wouldn't.
given an
He'd
earlier
been on
heads
the
up.
ball.
Well, I just also want to stress that we definitely didn't spend 5 minutes recording a segment that I looked in the Roo Crew Cup instead of Beers and Breakevens.
And shout out to those guys doing great things.
That poor guy that would have won.
Yes. Yeah, that hurts. Had a great score, though. Shout out to you. And a good name. too.
Great
really
name.
disappointing. Your name was a Selwyn Throbos, and I thought it was impressive. Anyway, we will have that for you next week. So stay tuned for double prizes next week. Timmy, have you got some stats for me?
Do I have some stats
Shall we
for you?
deep dive? Take it away. Who's up first?
Well, normally you read out the name, mate.
I couldn't find the document. I'm actually it's one of the great quarterback scrambles right now. Just trying to find myself. If you can just take a hit up for me, just one a set. Just take one hit up for me. It'd mean the world to
I'm
me,
an outside
Timbo.
back, mate. I don't take hit ups. I finish them.
Ethan Strange. Talk to me.
Yeah, look, especially talking 1 week grand final matchups, mate. Drinky, who have been the biggest Supercoach roller coasters in the last 2 years? I think Drinky would come to mind, but
Keanu Keeney.
Scotty Drinkwater.
Drink bloke comes to mind.
Walsh, got a bit of coaster about him.
Walsh has got a bit of roller coaster. Sam Walker at times got a bit of
Yeah.
roller coaster to him.
Ethan Strange, becoming one of the great roller coasters. So, great matchup this week against the Tigers in scintillating form. His last 5 scores, though, Roo, 114, 127, 31, 37, 95, and 38. Last 6 scores. He has 9 scores of 40 or below this year and 3 scores of 113 plus. In his last 10 games, averaging 5.7 tackle busts per game, he had 15 tackle busts against the Bunnies. As a 1 week play, again, roller coaster. You know what you're getting yourself into, but playing some good footy, I don't mind it.
Yeah, doing some good things there, Ethan Strange. Fuck, he's a joy to watch at the moment. Talk to me about Hiroti.
Yeah, sort of flagged him last week ahead of this week with the Sharkies on the bye. But 436K, probably just one of the more budget options for people out there needing a number this week. They might have a trade and need a cheaper CT dub. He's averaging 73 points this season in non-injury related games. He does get the tougher edge matchup of Bradman Best, but again, it's the Knights. I don't think that's overly terrifying. So, yeah, Sharkies. I'm looking at those head-to-head grand final matchups more than anything. Sharks, Knights, in the Shire, 2 p.m. Sunday. Thoughts?
Don't mind it. I'll be honest with you. He's probably not the Cronulla centre I was looking at.
What is the other Cronulla centre you're looking at priced at?
Yeah, I haven't had a good look at him
He's
yet.
713K.
Yeah, it's a lot of bickies.
You're saying that a lot of people have like an injured Herbie or I don't know. There's been a lot of people at top dollar that have been injured.
What did Dewey cost? What was Dewey at last week?
Heaps.
If you're a Dewey owner, I don't mind going straight to
652.
Okay.
And he comes up against, as named, James Schiller.
Yeah, which I wouldn't be surprised if that does change, but even if it changes, it'll be
How are you thinking it'd
Fletcher
change?
anyway. So I can see a world where if Marsu plays, then potentially Fletcher Hunt goes to centre over Schiller.
Yes.
Either way, I like the matchup. I think it's a great matchup. Either way, I actually don't know who I'd rather.
James Schiller. I feel like mean saying this. He had 10 tackles last week, James Schiller, and missed 10. His game before that, he had made 1 tackle and missed 4.
Yeah, he's not a centre.
He's
a winger. He's an out-and-out winger.
He's a finishing
fucking
winger.
Good winger.
He's good under the high ball.
Yeah.
Don't put him at centre, though.
Yeah. I can't make sense of why they did that
It's an
last week.
outstanding matchup for Euro.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I think he's a really good play. JC, the resurrection. Talk to me.
Oh, my goodness. This is crazy. When I get to him. So, Jaden Campbell, last 2 weeks through, he has not had a major attacking stat. Not only that, I don't think he's had a minor attacking stat. So when I say this, in the last 2 weeks, he has not had a try assist, a line break assist. He has not had a try contribution nor an offload. He's averaging 55 in the last 2 weeks.
Mate, he is in such a fucking shit fight of a team. If you put JC into a top 8 side, he could be the best player in SuperCoach. He genuinely could be. Even when you watch him, sometimes I'm sitting there and I'm like, JC has done fuck all.
Yeah.
I look at the thing at 80 points. It's insane.
In a good side, he would fly.
And you know, not even like if he just wasn't in if the Titans were just 3 spots higher and they were just in contention in games, he'd kill it. Like he's actually not maybe that's got something to do with how many points he scores because they have to throw so much ball around. But I just feel like he just collects points every second of every game.
He's averaging 69, but the numbers he notches up is almost like borderline just start with him next year. It would be an okay price because the way he accumulates is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Accumulates is the perfect word. You've put him in 3 weeks in a row, your boy, Roger Tui Vasa Forrest Sheck. Talk to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, he still is a good trading option, and I was scraping it a little bit here, and especially there's so many team changes. It threw a few of my stats out of whack that were pre-prepared, and we've been busy since. 109 last week against the Titans. Should have been 189 if they kept going to him. 5-round average of 76 points. In his last 6 games, excluding that doggies clash in a swimming pool, he's averaged 23 runs and 6 tackle busts per game. He remains a great trade. In Parramatta playing good footy, but Warriors playing for a top 4 spot. I think if you got the cash, get in RTS.
Yeah, he's in incredible form at the moment, doing great things. Now, and this could be our content for this week, Matty, so maybe timestamp this, but I just want to give a special shout out to the one and only Catmandu, who we threw a bit of shade at earlier. I just texted her and said, can you get a screenshot of the winners? She's replied to me and said, I've updated the doc.
No
So from Bali,
way.
I imagine on a dance floor, probably with a drink in hand, Kat has gone above and beyond and has put in the winners for this week. I mentioned earlier she got an official warning this week. Revoked.
Do you reckon on the flip side, like, I feel like she's got microphones in here and she heard it. She took it very personally and she just said, screw these guys.
I wouldn't rule it out.
Yeah.
She's good at what she does. Shout out to you, Catmandu. We can't wait to have you back. So the winner this week is Stormin in. The coach is Jacob. He scored 1,754. An enormous knock there. Shout out to you, Jacob. I hope you didn't flip the table and break the TV when we brushed you before and you've got to this point of the episode. But send us an email, mate, beersandbreakevens@gmail.com. And leading it as it stands right now, this name scared me for the last 6 weeks. Now I couldn't give less fucks. They killed Keeney is leading overall. He's coming 4th overall in NRL SuperCoach, doing very good things. So shout out to you, Adam. The next guy below him is about 100 points away, Luke, the untalented Guthos, which I thought was a little bit unfair, but doing great things there, the guys. Now, we've got to do NRL Physio as well. We've got the big fella that's called in. I think he's called in from bed as well. It's got a bit of like Big Brother uncut to it today.
Yeah, we mentioned that Cat might have bugged the studio. I reckon the Fizz has got a bug. He's sitting in bed. It was very cozy, a little bit pale maybe.
Well, he recorded the first one. We said, mate, you've got to put some clothes on. We can't have this. Throw to Fizz now.
Alrighty, champions, SuperCoach relevant injuries for this week. Look, so many restings this week that if I don't mention a player and they're out, more than likely they've just been rested. I think Penrith, Storm, a whole bunch of other guys have been rested this week. So, hopefully I get most of the actual injured guys. So Adam Dewey, that's a big dagger. He was the most traded in last week. Not much you can predict. And this is where injuries are really tough because, copped a knee to the head. So, unfortunately, can't predict much about that one, so he will be out for the rest of the season, need surgery. He is gone. Xavier Savage, another one. He's fractured his shoulder. A few people asking, could he have done more damage by staying on? He could have, but I think we all saw from the initial reaction that, that was when the damage was done. He wasn't involved all that much after that, so more than likely he fractured his shoulder there. So, crazy toughness, stay on for another 15. Savelio Tamale has been named in his place. A few people asking about him. If you're looking at him, he's had surgery to stabilise his kneecap after dislocating it. The re-injury rate after that is really low. Really, really solid getting the surgery. Without the surgery, you can return quicker. Your re-injury rate's just a lot higher. So the fact he's had surgery, he's had a long lay off. The only thing would be such a long lay off, it'd take a little bit to get your match fitness back. So maybe won't hit the maximum stats that he was at his peak before he got injured. So not someone who I'm chasing after necessarily, especially as an outside back with like a leg injury. That they kind of rely on that change of direction, tackle busting, that kind of thing. So we'll talk about another guy soon as an outside back who I am not too concerned about, but with Tamale, I wouldn't be chasing, say, the biggest upside this week. Kick out these infections. It's just ridiculous. I know I carry on about it on Instagram at times, but Kick out this week. He's been in hospital on a drip. Most guys we see return the following week, but the thing with these medical situations is sometimes they can linger a little bit. So we'll wait to hear on him. And then Harry Hayes, he's due to miss 6 weeks with a knee injury, even though Cameron Ciraldo said post-game he's not injured, he's fine. So, good one there. Fini Fuaki from the Dolphins, he has an ankle concern. They haven't said how significant that is, but he will be out at least this week. There's a few rumblings. If you are a Herbie holder, you might get him back next week. So apparently he looked really good at training today, running diagonals, hitting top speed, that kind of thing. The main concern around him is re-injury risk, right? We know in the first 2 weeks it's 10 to 12% for those first 2 weeks. So, still a 9 in 10 chance that he gets through fine. But, you'd be pretty brave to, say, bring him back next week with one of your final trades with that re-injury risk hanging over his head. We'll talk about that next week if he is named. But, if you've held him, you might just have an extra number for next week, which, as we've seen this week, is a pretty valuable thing. Kale Iro is the other guy. He is back 12 weeks after a pec repair surgery. That's pretty normal return to play range. And I like him. The biggest thing with him and why I'm not as concerned is because it's an upper body injury. With outside backs, they don't rely on their tackle numbers. Like, you're not looking for Iro to score points through making 40 tackles and staying on in the middle for long periods. You're looking at him to score tries, to bust tackles. And even if his pec isn't quite 100% coming back from that won't influence his scores all that much. So, love him as a point of difference buy if you've somehow got a few trades left, because, once again, re-injury risk for that quite low. And then Adam Reynolds, he's been named on an extended bench. Just another one of, ring injury risk. We've seen with Reynolds how many lower limb soft tissue concerns he has had over the last few years. So, just not someone who I would be super reliant on with that. You probably, usually that re-injury risk is 10 to 12% in those first 2 weeks, but probably for Reynolds it's up above that 15 to 20% considering his history and his age and those kind of things. If you like the information like this, Magic Sponge Pod, it's out Monday mornings or late Sunday nights if you're a night owl. Check it out, and we'll talk next week.
Good on you, FizzWiz. Always doing good work. Viliami Kickout. Infections. It's all happening.
I wonder if that's wrong with the Fizzwiz.
Is it a plague?
Does the Fizz have the plague as well, and he's bedridden from a leg infection?
Nah, he's a Queenslander. He's got everything, that fella.
He does, poor bugger.
Grubs up there.
Yeah, so likely just this week out, generally return the following week. It's a pretty big one because kind of need him on deck next week where numbers could again be pretty questionable. So they do have the Sharkies and, hopefully it doesn't linger too much. But the other thing is if the Doggies win this, well, they're playing the Panthers, Ron Massey team.
Yeah.
Should be winning that one. That'll secure them a spot in the top 4. They could rest players next week as well, which is significant. And they're probably not going to rush Kikau back for a nothing game. Yeah.
It could be carnage next week. It could be absolute carnage, and I cannot fucking wait. How many trades you got left?
2. You?
Mad. I got 1.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to save it for next week. I'm a fireworks kind of guy.
I know you are.
I want to go fucking mad next week. Go rogue as shit. All right, let's talk trades and captains. Now, I only have the 1 trade left. As I said, I think I'm more than likely going to hold it next week. It's going to take the self-control of a fucking Jedi, but I think I am going to hold it for next week. And also, I'm in an irrelevant as shit position right now. You are knocking on the door of the top foul. You've got a lot of players. You've got 2 trades. What are you thinking of doing?
3 points from the top foul. So
3?
3.
That's mad.
Yeah. So.
Fuck, I'm jealous. I've been so shit this year, Matty. It's been a disaster, eh? Motherfucker's flying. I'm like not even, I am happy for him, but I'm not stoked about how it's all played out.
You're happy for me because there's a gap and you're not in it.
Yeah. Like
that's not a knock.
Yeah, I'm literally sitting in the grandstand cheering you on now. Yeah.
I appreciate it, mate.
Hey, what odds do you give yourself to finish in the top 1,000?
Well,
you're 3 points away. So don't give me $1.80. That's horseshit.
Well, no, I was going to give you $1.01, but
oh yes, I love that. Yes, $1.01. Love it. Clip it up. Any idea where we're up to?
We didn't miss anything.
Oh, okay.
We cut out while you were like just yelling at him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got him saying he's $1.01 to win. Yes. All right, we're back. We had a few technical difficulties there, but Matty's going to work some magic. Now, you were saying you're $1.01 to make the top 1,000, which I fucking love that confidence. I've bullied Tim previously for being safety Sam. I love that you're getting on the front foot, and you actually said some really mean things about the other 1,000 people on top of it, which I thought was really uncalled for, and would probably get us cancelled if we repeated it. You feeling confident?
I'm a logical man, Roo, right? And I'm going into this week, and I'm also logical enough to know that things don't always go right. So I dead set could finish 2,000s. However, I have 18 numbers this week, 19 if you want to include Royce the Choice, which I will not. So I've got 18 numbers.
The exiled.
I've got 18, and they're decent numbers. Like, I think my worst is Tanner Boyd against the Eels over there, goal kicking half, not too bad. My little Bailey Hayward sneaky. This is where my safety Sam comes in because I brought in a guy like Bailey Hayward and I paid an extra $50K rather than nothing a few weeks ago when he went to starting hooker to free up cash. Now I've got a starting hooker who's playing against the Panthers who are depleted. It's like a decent number to have. So,
like Cosmo Kramer, you've fallen ass first into it. And well done to you.
Well, I haven't fallen ass first into it, have I?
Well,
because this is exactly why I do it and pay the extra money to have depth at this time of year. So there's no Cosmo Kramer.
Well, it's good to see it work 1 in 4 years for you.
Yeah, right. Anywho, but yeah, I've got 18 this week, 2 trades in the bank, a good deep squad, hopefully a bit more carnage next week. Numbers, again, like a lot of the carnage that I've copped this week, along with others, are like your Katoa, Cleary, a lot of these sort of blokes where they should be back. So numbers should be good next week. So I've got the numbers and trades accepted this week that a lot of people are playing with 15, 16, 17 players prior to potential more outs later in the week. In theory, there should be more green arrows this week, but as we know, you should got to pull the right triggers. If I make a trade, it has to be the right one. I need to get my captains right, but I'm well placed.
I'm going to put you really on the spot here. Out of the top 1,000 right now, how many of them do you reckon have no trades left? Like, would it be over like 40% of them, do you reckon? Would it not be that high, or... I reckon it'd be pretty high.
At a complete guess, I would say 30%. And I reckon, again, I'm completely spitballing, but like I know the Spy Playbook podcast, as he does, went on his full nerd out and started going through the top 10 teams and a bunch of people that we know and want to beat. I'm actually Bryden. And looking at their numbers and stuff. And probably probably 1 in 2 teams that he went through, if not a little bit more, had were playing a player or two short this week prior to potential trades.
Okay.
So, at a pinch, again, pre-trades, but, there might be 20 to 30 to 40% playing short this week.
Yeah, I reckon that after this week, I reckon more than 50% of the top 1,000 would have no trades left.
Yeah, I reckon after this week, more than 50% of them done as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, very, very interesting. Okay, so trades-wise, do you have any idea what you're going to do as it stands?
So my initial thoughts were that, I've got Harry Grant and Sandon Smith at hooker. Sandon covers me there. I'm more confident playing him now that the Storm have rested players. It's not as scary a matchup, but it's still a good Storm outfit. I don't love it. Hopefully Sandon kicks goals. So I can go Harry Grant to Blake Brayley because Sandon, assuming when Sam Walker comes back next week, will drop out anyway.
Yep.
So I'm still not going to have a hooker next week.
Okay.
So I can go Grant to Blake Brayley as one trade and save one maybe for next week. If we want to get the safety vest off, the high vis, I can play fullback roulette.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, let's talk. Let's heaps talk.
If that doesn't arouse you enough, it'd mean nothing hooker next week.
Yeah, which mate, everyone's going to be playing short the next 2 weeks, I think, realistically. The vast majority are.
That's
Hooker's
great, but I don't have to.
Well, you don't have to, but you can also make big plays that other, like being able to play fullback roulette is
huge.
A luxury as well.
Let me talk you through it. So I can trade Edwards to Reece Walsh this week. Mm-hmm. I really want Dylan Edwards against the Dragons next week with the full strength Panthers ready to rip into finals. I think he goes big. But I can go Drinkwater to Edwards next week because Drinky's on the bye.
Yeah.
It'd mean I run without a hooker next week and play Sandon Smith this week. Not the end of the world. That's okay. I do have Royce Hunt there, who's a real pain in the backside because he'd be the AE.
Correct.
But the thing is, and I like that idea, and I'm probably leaning towards that at the moment just because it's fun as hell having Reece Walsh and then these good fullback matchups. Blake Brayley's also sizzling at the moment and gets the Knights this week in the Shire. So I can have Blake Brayley this week, and then next week I can still go Drinky to whoever it might be, Turbo or something, or Walsh.
Yeah.
So
sorry, just so I'm clear, you're thinking of bringing Reece Walsh this week, then trading Drinky next week to Dill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, or I can have Blake Brayley. I mean, this week I could hypothetically go. I could go Grant to Brayley this week, and if I wanted to, go Edwards to Reece Walsh.
To be completely clear, I do not want you to do this, but Turbo doesn't come into calculations for you. Takes on the Dragons this week. Warriors the week after. If the Warriors are locked into the 4, I don't know if they bother sending people to fucking Brookvale Oval. It'll be DCE's last game there. Like I'm a Turbo owner, obviously. I'm very, very happy to have him.
I really want... Well, I mean, I could go Tommy Turbo next week and brush Reece Walsh. I really want Walsh against the Cowboys. It is a dry track in Townsville who, they can't defend. Fire, I can see him going big in this.
Yeah, that's very fair. Yeah.
And that's the thing with the Warriors. They won't necessarily be locked into the 4 either. Like, let's say the Broncos or Sharks win. They're still only 2 behind the Warriors, so I would be stunned if they were locked in.
I as you guys know, I don't rate the Manly Seagulls in any way, shape or form, but fuck, I reckon that last game for DC at Brookie, I think they'll be up and about for that one.
Yeah.
I
could go...
You're right, though. The Reece Walsh matchup this week is
so good.
Sensational. I just, as I've always said with Reece Walsh, he's doing a lot at the moment of Skrilla. I just think, Reece Walsh could have 4 or 5 try assists, Turbo could have 2, and they could get the same amount of points.
You know what? Current Tom Trebojevic, no. Because generally, yes, Tommy Turbo, where he gets so many of his... Reece Walsh will have games where he has 11 or 12 runs. Turbo, prior to these injuries, he'd have 20 runs and then he'd have 10 tackle busts to go with it. And that's where he accumulates all these numbers. Tommy's not doing that at the moment. There was the Dolphins on the weekend who weren't there to play football.
Yeah, fair. I'm probably the wrong guy to ask after he just finished my draft season, to be fair. Okay. I support the fullback roulette. I personally think, without jinxing you, obviously, touch wood, I want you to be in the top 1,000. I think from this point, you can pretty much do anything and make the top 1,000. I think you'll be there. I just think with fullback roulette, you can push high as shit.
Put it this way, I feel like it's safety Sam, right? Blake Brayley is safety Sam, and that is the safer play to get me into the top 1,000. Fullback roulette is the play to get myself in the top 500.
Yeah, and higher potential. How far off you are the top 500? Do you know, like off the dome?
No, I'm not sure. I'll have a quick look.
Yeah, I like the fullback play. I think that is fucking sensational. As I said, trades-wise for me, at the moment, I'm thinking I won't, but I am no stranger to backflipping late in the week and doing something rogue. So stay tuned for that. Captains this week. Doggies, depleted Penrith Panthers.
I'm 180 points off 500.
Okay, well, that's 100% in reach. You could do that this week.
Yeah, with numbers.
If you get a, yeah.
That's heaps
with
closer
the
than I
numbers,
thought.
that's enormous, yeah. How far are you off one? Like, I know you can't win it, but how far are you off, like, the proper
Out
big
of
dogs?
curiosity.
Yeah. If you're, yeah, don't do that face ever again. That was terrifying.
Sorry.
Yeah, if you're only 180 off
No,
500.
there's, again, I haven't gone through this, but like I'm 31,900.
Yeah.
First place, old Finn Diesel, he's on 33,120. So he's over 1,000.
Okay, that's a big jump.
That's a jump.
That's a jump. Yeah, okay. I reckon you can get in that top 500. The fuck, that'd be a good way to finish this season.
Be nice.
Very jealous.
We'll see.
Okay. Captains. Obviously, we have got Jacob Kiraz up against the Penny Panthers, which I don't mind. Teddy against Melbourne, I can't really look at. That doesn't interest me. What about like a Ryan Pappenhausen against the Roosters? Any interest?
Not really. I think that tripe that the Roosters dished up last week, playing for a top 8 spot, Trent Robinson isn't letting that happen again. I can't see. I reckon they'll be up for this game. Melbourne missing players, not a game I'll be touching captaincy.
Yep, I love Turbo against the Dragons. That's one I'll be looking at very closely. As you said, I think Reece Walsh or Drinkwater. I think both of them.
Yeah.
I don't mind as plays this week.
Reece Walsh, you'll lock and load VCLC.
Now, I think this one might be one that you might be eyeing off.
I think you might be right.
Yes. Take it away. What are you thinking?
Nico Hines.
Yeah.
Night, Shark Park, 2 p.m. Sunday. I think it's the play. I mean, there's a few good plays. There's heaps of rogue plays you can do. Like, people probably don't have a lot of players, maybe Jaden Campbell, but Dolphins, Titans, neither of them have turned up on Sunday to defend. They're there to play footy and score some points.
I feel like with the Sharkies, when you've got a captaincy on Nico Hines, you can tell in the first 10 minutes if it's going to be a Hines game or a Trindle game. And when it's a Hines game, it's unbuckle the belt stuff.
When he did it a couple of weeks ago, and I had him as skip for his 140-odd, he chipped over the top and Regather scored like 3 minutes in. Like, okay, it's a Hines day.
Yeah, it's a Hines day. The last option there that I would throw up is obviously JC against the Dolphins, who are conceding points at will at the moment. It is at Suncorp Stadium, a fast track. I am probably going to eyeball a Turbo VC into a JC captaincy. I think a lot of people go Hines. I'm going to go just a little bit different.
You may as well.
Yeah. If all of them go 100 plus, I won't be shocked. It'll just be who goes 160.
Yeah, look, if Walsh came in, I'd probably VC him in to see Nico.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't, Jacob Kiraz against that Penrith outfit, it's almost one of them ones where like, and look, maybe the Baby Panthers, this is their opportunity. They get up and they put in, but it's almost like don't overthink it.
Baby Panther a cub or not? Can you Google
I
that,
reckon
Matty?
so. Panther Cub.
Or is that a bear?
Tiger
Panther
Cub.
cub?
It's a tiger
It's
cub,
a cub,
so,
isn't
yeah,
it?
probably makes sense.
Yeah. Cub, Matty? Cub makes sense, I think.
It's a cub.
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 Cub. Okay. Matty, what are you thinking captain-wise? Anyone jumping out at you, mate?
Hang on, let me just confirm that because I'm usually pretty good at this stuff, but for some reason I just typed in Baby Panther Cub and all this stuff came up. But yes, a baby panther is called a cub. So you're right.
Can you? Sorry to put this on you. I'm very interested now. What's a collection of panthers called? I always find these very interesting with animals. What do you reckon it is, Timmy?
Oh, I just typed in what is a baby guru called, and Google said, "Did you mean what is a baby grouse called?"
I reckon it might be like a parlour of Panthers, maybe.
This is cool. Now, what's your guess, Timmy?
I don't have a guess.
Wow, you're fun.
I don't know. I'll tell you why in a second. You keep going.
A claw of panthers.
Fuck yeah. That's hectic.
I tell you what the best one is. A group of pandas is called an embarrassment.
An embarrassment of pandas.
Yeah.
What?
I like that. What were you going to say?
A baby guru is not a standard term with a single definition, but it can refer to a spiritual leader who was a child. Guru, also known as Bal Guru.
Ooh, I like that. Very good. Matthew, any captains? What's your captain choice this week? What do you think?
A bloat of hippos. A flamboyance of flamingos. A shrewdness of apes. There's some good ones here.
Flamboyance of flamingos is good gear.
I can't remember if I said this on this show or it was pre-show, but I was actually thinking of doing Ronaldo Mulatalo as captain against the Knights. But now that Glue Hands Kale Iro is in the team, I'm not going to do that. In fact, I reckon he's almost a good captaincy choice. He's probably going to score 2 or 3.
That's not a bad shout, actually. It's a huge pod play. If I traded anyone, it'll be Euro this week.
Yeah. I'm going to probably just do Hines, though.
Yeah, Hines. Plenty of options out there. We'll let you know later in the week exactly what we are all doing. Are we done and dusted?
I think we are.
Yeah, it's late as shit.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us once again, guys, on Beers and Breakevens. Lontel, the link is down below in the description. Go and check it out. That internet is unbelievable. And Blue Wealth Property, you got the discovery calls that you can go ring up, get some education off the team over there. You can send an email as well, beers@bluewealth.com.au. All that good stuff. Anything else from SC Playbook? Had a Wallaby on tonight.
Had a Wallaby on.
How good. What do you want to be? A Walla Wallaby.
A Walla Wallaby, yeah. He was Frosty.
Frosty.
5th overall.
Wow.
Imagine playing...
5th overall?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Imagine playing the dual reigning World Cup champion, South Africa, on the weekend in South Africa. Then you just fly in to win SuperCoach overall on your off day.
That's incredible.
I know.
Sorry, that must put him in the conversation of greatest Wallaby of the last 20 years at least. It's good to see a Wallaby achieve something. No, I'm joking. Put your scarves away. It's okay. We done?
A murder of crows.
Murder of crows. That's us being done. Thanks for joining us once again, guys. We'll see you next week on Beers and Break. We've got the late show tonight too. Make sure you're there. Bye.